Hi everybody, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. In today's video we are setting up my April budget with me. I haven't done this in a couple months, I think. If I haven't actually posted them, so I am trying to get back on track and do everything. So I am using a sticker kit that I created specifically for me. I am working on setting up sticker packets, basic budgeting stickers that have a multitude of other things that I can sell on my Etsy shop, but they're not available at this moment. So I am doing like a spring Easter type thing right now. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. I just got finished doing my check-in for March. Oh goodness. I did not film it just because I'm moving on. I did go on vacation for a couple days in March, towards the end of March, so I was trying to figure out what all I spent while on vacation. I went to San Antonio for a concert and loved the concert. Saw a member of BTS. His name is J-Hope. He is one of the rappers and like the main dancer. So it was a great concert. It did rain the majority of the time that we were in San Antonio, but the night that we went to the concert, the rain stopped. And I am saying that is because I picked up a lucky penny in the parking lot of the hotel. Nice, shiny, on heads, everything, all the good luck vibes. If you are superstitious in any ways, that's, I'm like, it worked because the rain stopped and we did not have to wait in the rain to get into the concert venue. And it stopped the entire night until sometime in the middle of the night when it started sprinkling again. And very thankful for the lucky penny at this moment. So for the monthly spread, if you've watched any of my previous videos, I do something where I color code the expenses based on what type of category they fall under, and I keep track of that here. So I have it all right here, and then the days that I have no spend days, I have my little cat stickers that I created as well. These stickers, the expense trackers and everything, are available on my Etsy shop. Link is down in the description down below to my shop, and I have them for the expense trackers for letter size, which is what I am using, and then also for the 9x7 Erin Condren boxes. I believe those are pretty standard for most 9x7 the boxes. I could be wrong, but these stickers they're a little small in the 8.5 by 11, but they are just under an inch. Yes, I judge an inch. This is the little front part of my index finger is about an inch. So they're just under an inch, a little bit, probably like, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch, maybe a little bit larger in height. So they look okay in the 9x7 planners and everything. I have cat hair everywhere because it's shedding season here in Houston, but this is kind of what my monthly spread looks like at the end, where I've kept track of everything and everything like that on these pages. Okay, moving on. I still am not using this page whatsoever, so we're just gonna move on. And this is going to be my weekly check-in, and I'm trying to find my sticker for the weekly check-in. I'm just like, where are my stickers? I don't know where my stickers are. Anyways, so had a blast with my friends at the concert. Very excited. It was my first time to see anybody from BTS, and I've been a fan of theirs since 2017, 2018. So the fact that we were able to get tickets and go, I am ecstatic and can't wait for the rest of the members to get released from the Korean military in June. Can't believe it's so soon. 80 something days now, I think. getting close to breaking into the 70 days left. So that way they can all come back and, you know, be a team again. And I've enjoyed their solo albums because I've done OT7. But if you don't know what that means, there are 7 members. I like them all. Jungkook is my favorite though, but they're all good. They all have their individual talents that I love. And as a team, they work so well together. So I am doing my normal weekly check-ins, grocery, household, miscellaneous, pet supplies. So I'm going to go ahead and lay these down and write them out. And I will be back when this is done.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane, and as the light startled our eyes.
There we go. We have this filled out as much as I can fill out at this moment because we haven't gotten to weekend or into the actual, it's the first that I'm filming this. And sorry if you have a shadow over here. There is a cat. I can't turn the camera, but cat right there. Jack has joined us over here. So because he's a mama's boy and has to be attached to me everywhere I go, especially when I'm talking. Anyways, so this is the weekly check-in. There are only, when I calculated, it ends perfectly on the 30th. So these 2 days I'm just going to include in week 1 and then go through week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. For me, doing the check-ins on Wednesdays kind of help a little bit, like going through Wednesdays kind of helps and everything, just to, you know, set a weekly thing, because sometimes I can't get around to doing the check-ins on weekends. I want things to clear through the bank, you know, all of that type of stuff. Okay, moving on into the regular April budget, and I stupidly, when I created the sticker, I'm going to try to get it all off in one. The white around the April I accidentally put as a line, and when my cutter cut it out cut the lines, so it did a kiss cut, and luckily I was able to pull it all off in one sitting so we can attach it all together. So I didn't recognize it until I'd already cut the stickers out, and then I'm like, yeah, you know what, I'm not doing it again. I'm not printing, not reprinting and recutting. So that was my oops. So income, I'm gonna close this side. Income is going to be the same, paycheck 1 and paycheck 2. And then we have additional that includes sinking fund transfers, and then interest, bank interest, because that kind of, I didn't notate that last month, but trying to keep it kind of separated because my sinking funds do get interest applied to it, and I do consider that as some income because I have to file it on my income taxes. I get a 1099 interest, so yep, might as well keep track of it a little bit separately. But yeah, the additional income could be anything from just like this, where with the traveling and everything, I shared a room, and So I paid them, but if I ever bought the stuff, they'd pay me type stuff. So transferring money from friends. My mom may give me money, a check or something like that. Any of the like credit card rebates that I get, that I do statement credits on, I consider that as income also, because it's helping me pay down the debt on my credit cards. So it can be anything really, like if I'm transferring money over from savings, any of that type of stuff I consider additional income. Next we go into our expenses, and I separate them out in variable and fixed over here. And the variable ones could be like cash envelopes if I went back to cash envelopes again. Sometimes I sit here and think about it and I'm like, but I just don't want to have to stop at the bank and get cash and, you know, try to figure out the denominations and all of that type of stuff. So I have that issue as well. And then, but it's any of the bills that fluctuate, you know, any of that type of stuff, anything extra to debt. Then the fixed expenses are the bills that don't change normally from month to month. Although the subscriptions have been changing quite often lately, and it doesn't help with budgeting when you have to update your total fixed expenses and stuff like that, because I plan on this and then it changes and it's annoying. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and write everything down here. So I will be back here in a moment to continue on with the debt tracker.
Something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Dreamy, breezy, we go easy, easy on our tiptoes.
Let's go ahead and look at the expenses a little bit closer. So normal, like I said, normal. Sugar just jumped up on my chair behind me. Electric, fuel, oil, groceries, household, miscellaneous, natural gas, personal, pet supplies, restaurants, sinking funds, water, and extra to debt. These are things that I budget for, and I have been going over on groceries and pet supplies and household a little bit. Some of it's not getting categorized the right way, but sometimes when you're buying a bunch of things together, I just don't want to look at the categories and whatnot. So over here on the fixed expenses, we have cell phone. I go to my chiropractor every other week. So I had to look back to see how many weeks I'll be going this week or this month. So that's just kind of like a maintenance to keep me adjusted, because a lot of my health issues, carpal tunnel, just physical being works better when everything's in alignment. Home security for monitoring my house, internet, Apple Premiere, Discovery Plus, Kindle Unlimited, Netflix, credit card 1, credit card 2, business credit card, home security loan, and that loan is for the equipment. It has $500 something on it. You'll see it down here in debt a little bit later, but I should just pay it off, but it's 0% interest, so I don't pay it off just because it's such a small amount. Emergency fund, I always put $100 into my emergency fund every month just to you know, have it there. But these are what it is. The only thing that went up was Netflix. It went from $16.77 in February, and I swear they did an increase like in November or December to that amount, and then they just increased it again last month to $19.47, which kind of surprised me. Don't know why it went up, but I only am streaming, have like the basic non-commercial streaming, and that's absolutely ridiculous. I don't know how anybody has a family and paying for Netflix at this point, because that, and having like multiple users and whatnot, it's absolutely ridiculous. So I'm going to go ahead and go into putting the debt stuff down. Oops, squeaky chair. So, yesterday, well, when I came back from San Antonio, which was Friday evening, I came back home. My mom had been cat sitting the cats, and I noticed that Sugar looked a little bit rounder. She is one of the female kittens, or she is the only female kitten. She has been spayed. So what I'm about to say is not because she's pregnant. But her stomach was looking a little rounded when she was standing up, and I was like, oh, that's kind of concerning a little bit. And I went ahead and called the vet yesterday and took her in, because I'm like, she's eating. As far as I know, she was going to the bathroom. I just hadn't seen her go, or hear her, because normally she makes a huge production out of it, and scrapes the sides of the box for like 15 minutes after she's done. No matter what she's going in there, she does that. It's cute but annoying in a way. But she's like the cleaner one out of all the cats, because all the other cats are boys, so of course the girl would be the cleaner one. But I took her to the vet. They checked her out, and they were all thinking when they first were hearing about it, they're like, oh, maybe she's pregnant. And everybody's like, no, she's been spayed. I'm like, it's not unheard of. So the vet was like, yeah, it's not unheard of, but usually we're pretty good about that. I was like, I know, but we're all thinking it. And she kind of laughed. And so she did like the exam and everything, and it's like Sugar's temperature, heart rate, respiratory functions were all in the normal range, but elevated normal, which would be normal for a cat that just traveled 5 miles in a carrier, and she's in a location that had dogs that she's not used to seeing, and all of that type of stuff. But the vet wasn't able to see anything. She took Sugar back for an ultrasound just to double check that there's no fluid or any of that type of stuff. And the vet also did an extra scope down to make sure that there were no babies in there. She didn't feel any, but she was like, let's just make sure. And she came back and said there was no uterus, so that is not the problem. But she was kind of concerned because she couldn't feel anything, and she also saw the rounded belly. So that's why she was like, for her curiosity, she just wanted to make sure there wasn't something hidden. She didn't see any blockages in the system or any of that type of stuff. So I had to wait for Little Miss to use the box to get a sample to take in so they can test for worms or any of that type of stuff. However, I think she might have a tapeworm, which cats get tapeworms from licking fleas. And the only thing I can think of is when we brought Kitty in, I really didn't de-flea Kitty. I just put him in the room, and maybe she licked a flea at one point, and now I'm like paranoid going, oh my God, I'm gonna have fleas in my house. Which it's kind of late at this point, because it's been over a month since Kitty was let out back into the outside after his dental work and everything. It's not unheard of. I would be able to do something, but I haven't seen any. That's the thing. I haven't seen any fleas. So, but Sugar's active, even with the little belly. It's kind of cute. The vet also said she's seen some cats, female cats that have been spayed, and they get a little bit round before it moves down to where it would be like the primordial pooch type thing. But I have seen what I think might be tapeworms coming out of her. So I did when I dropped off the sample this morning, I made a comment and said, I know we're doing this to test for any other worms. Stop tearing apart your bills. Little girl, go play. She jumped onto my desk and started tearing apart my chiropractor bill. Go figure. So I made it, I'm like, I know this test doesn't test for tapeworms, but just put it out there. I think I saw what looked like tapeworms because Binks has had tapeworms in the past, so I know what they look like. But I'm like, but I want us to continue to test to make sure that there are no other worms in her system or any of that type of stuff. But little Miss decided to go to the box as soon as I laid in bed last night, which was after midnight, between midnight, 1 o'clock. So it was, I was wide awake after that point because, oh my gosh, waiting for her to finish and then going to collect it. And then she was in there cleaning up what I had taken out. It was kind of funny. Anyways, I know this is all TMI, but if you have kids or pets, you understand that health things happen. But I mean, I would have been a little bit more concerned if she were lethargic and not eating, but she's eating, she's playing, and you know, she's just a little round in the belly. And the vet said that she's carrying the roundness more up closer to her ribs and not down in like the belly, but I was concerned about that. And then besides that happening, I had to go to urgent care yesterday because I got stung or bit by something on Sunday morning when I went out to feed Kitty, and it wasn't of the family that's wasp, bees, hornets. It wasn't in that family because I could see it was a flying bug that bit me, but it bit me on my lower abdomen area and it burned or stung, it whatever it did, and it burned. It wasn't a snake either because it's too high. But I did see the bug flying around very crazy, so I knew it was a flying insect of some sort. I couldn't tell what it was because it was flying around and I had just woken up, so my eyesight was still in the blurry stages of cleaning sleep out and everything. But the area swelled up. It was pink and swollen, like the majority. It was started out the palm of my hand, but it became like a big thing, and then on the underside it started bruising, and it started itching yesterday around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and probably about a good 18 hours after it hit, like the bite, sting, whatever it was, happened. So I went to urgent care because at that point it was like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock at night when I finally could get the chance to get someone to look at it. And it's doing much better today. I got prescribed prescription grade hydrocortisone cream, and I need to take some Benadryl. They also gave me a steroid shot last night. So I'm like, Benadryl knocks me out. So, bless me. So he told me to take, during the daytime, take half if it makes me sleepy. And then at nighttime, take full, like 1 pill, the full dosage of 1 pill, and take that until needed, and like the cream just until it starts going away, and to watch out that if it gets really tender, then it may be infected. As soon as the bite happened, I ran inside and put iodine on it, and then it started to get like whitehead type thing. Like when I woke up in the morning, it had the whitehead. Well, it started the night before, but I mean, pink swollen That's a large swollen area. So it's, so far today it's doing a little bit better. I don't want to jinx it, but hopefully between the cream and the Benadryl and the steroid shot, it will start going away. But yesterday was rushing the 2 girls of the family off to the vet, or off to the doctors, because yeah, 4, 7, I can't talk and write at the same time apparently, although I'm doing a good job right now. 6, 3, 5. These are the balances as of this morning. I know on credit card 2, I'm waiting for some money to transfer over from my one account to pay for the stuff that I did on credit card 2 during vacation, and also to pay, well, I didn't put any hotel or any of that type of stuff, but to pay for the stuff that I did in San Antonio. Drinking my coffee. And then, so this amount will go down. I was able to put $1,000 extra last month to credit card debt, so I'm doing really well at all of that. So this is, if my math is right on that. Okay, I forgot to do this. So So on paycheck, this is rounded up. Well, it is not what I am actually getting paid. I do get paid a little bit more, but I want to live within the means of what I've been getting. So it's like with the extra income that I'm getting, I want to put it either towards debt or into savings or something like that. And so that's why I even if I get a raise or something like that, I've been trying to keep it around the same amount and living within that, so that way I can put any extra away and save it or pay off debt or any of that type of stuff. So, but I just keep it a nice round number so it's easy to add up, because definitely my paycheck that already has my insurance, my 401k, all of my benefits are already taken out of the pay. So what you see over here will have everything taken out already, that taxes, all of the stuff that needs to be taken out of paychecks and whatnot. So this is where we are starting, and I actually got the Zoom the right way both times. I'm so proud of myself. So this is what we're starting off with this month on this. This is probably going to be a little bit longer because I'm feeling a little talky today. So I hope you were enjoying a talky talk. I don't know what I'm trying to say anymore. Okay, starting over here, I've kind of like squished things down a little bit because this is the 8.5 by 11. I'm trying to trying not to spread out too much, let's put it that way. So I probably could do like savings tracker on one page and debt tracker and all of that type of stuff, and all of that, but I'm not. So we're gonna start off over here. Actually, I'm gonna put this down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I am prepared today. I have on my computer, which is off in that direction, the pictures of how I normally get this set up, so that way I'm not having to flip back and forth a lot, because I know that whenever I'm editing the videos that gets a little annoying to me, because the back and forth. So hopefully this is a little bit more streamlined and chat time. So, emergency fund. We are starting on emergency fund at 1,323 cents. Money market has 560.16. High yield savings account has 9,843.81. 401k went down last month. Stock market didn't do so well. And I mean, it's kind of like I'm writing this down. I look at it just to kind of keep track of it, to see what's happening with the markets, but I'm not doing anything about it. The people that manage my 401k are managing it to the best of their ability. Can't help it when stocks decrease, and a lot of that is because of the tariffs, and I have to work with the tariffs on a regular basis because of import and export shipments. So I knew that, like, when I saw the number, I was like, "Ooh, okay, thank you, tariffs," because you're not helping, causing the stock market to not crash, but not do so well, as companies have to readjust and replan and all of that type of stuff. So, but I recognize that, not to get too political, but every new administration comes in and rocks the boat. I just feel like this administration has rocked the boat a lot more than the previous, at least his previous administration. But I was in a lot of stress with this tariff stuff. So I think one of my IT people overheard me mentioning something, and because I'm like, every time I would open up a new website tab or page on my work computer, I would get stressed out because it would open up to a new site, and I had no way of fixing that, like changing the home page, because that's something that IT admin had to correct. And I never sent in a help desk ticket to tell them to stop doing it. But I think he may have overheard me, because now I don't get that. I just get a new tab, and I am so happy because it literally, I get stuck in looking at what was going on with the news, and I could not actually work because there was a lot going on. Not just with tariffs or any of that. It was just a lot of news and things like that I'm like, I want to be informed, but not every time I'm opening up a new tab, and I open up a lot of tabs on a regular basis when I'm doing things. So let me count real quick so I know where to put the sticker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, I've been in my industry 19 years, and like I said, every new administration rocks the boat a little bit. This time it seems a lot more closer to nearly capsizing, but it happens, and we figure out what we need to do and move on to the best of our ability and readjust. Just kind of like, I always think about it like normal life. It's things change. Like last year, I had a lot of things happen that just kind of rocked the boat, and we're trying to get back to smooth running waters. There will be a couple like choppiness around, but you know, hopefully not as, you know, jarring as, I'm not looking forward to hurricane season starting up in May. I'm not looking forward to it, because I really don't want another tree in my house. So that was like the major, besides the kittens, because the kittens are cute, but when you have a tree in your house, it's kind of, that's not cute anymore. And everything was fixed and everything, but it's left me emotionally damaged slightly, because every time a storm starts up now, I start having anxiety attacks. Not massive ones where I need to have like full-on medication for anxiety. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I do have like homeopathic, it's called stress relief, and it's like when I start to feel that feeling, I go and get a dropper full and take it, and within 15 minutes I'm calm and mellow. I'm still, you know, spiraling, but it's not as bad as, like, I'm able to maintain the spiral and not just like start really having a full-on anxiety attack, which I have had to the point where it's like crying and all. I mean, for me, it was when my ribs were first starting to go out of place, and the muscles around the rib cage would start contracting, and it felt like what I would assume what heart palpitations felt like. And it would, when it start, it actually would take my breath away for a moment, and where I'd have to like cough to like kind of go because it just kind of yeah. But once we figured out that I didn't have a heart problem, because I did go to the ER, they hooked me up to an EKG, nothing came out bad, and that kind of started soon after my dad passed away from his heart attack. And but it's like the ribs were the main thing. So going to my chiropractor, I kind of mentioned it, and they totally got me on a whole regimen of homeopathic medicine, along with massive adjustments to the rib cage. And it's mainly the front ribs that, I mean, back ribs go out of place a lot, but front ribs go out, and that's what causes a lot of the problem. And I'm no longer having to take all the homeopathic medicine, because I've been able to maintain most of it. And with having that's why I go back for maintenance, because my ribs go out of place because the muscles aren't quite sitting the right way, let's put it that way, and not strong enough. They haven't given me any exercise to kind of strengthen them, to hold the ribs where they need to be. And it's mainly because of the way we all sit now, especially if we are sitting at computers all day. And it's that hunchback. So all of that started when I was doing a lot of school and working 40 hours a week at least, and then doing school time on top of that. So I was hunched over a desk reading, you know, at computers. So I did not do proper pushing my shoulders back, sitting up straight. I didn't do all of that. And I still don't. I catch myself with my head jutting forward and the hunch. And so it's like when I start feeling like, why is my shoulders hurting? And then it's like, oh, and I do the shoulder roll to the back, and I actually like sit up and kind of push my head back into like the neutral spine motion. everything relieves. And so it's like, chiropractic health is very important to your physical well-being. That's all I can say. I've been going to a chiropractor since I was 12 when I was diagnosed with a mild case of scoliosis, the curvature of the spine. And they were able to, since I was 12, they were able to work with me as I grew and correct the scoliosis and all of that while I grew. So I never had to wear any braces. I never had to have surgery on my spine or any of that type of stuff because they were able to correct it as I grew. And now I just go in for regular maintenance work when I can feel them out of place. And usually it's when I pinpoint where the pain is at, it helps the chiropractor. And I'm like, I know this is hurting. I don't know if it's because of hip is out of place or like lower back is out of place or what. And so for me, because I've been going there so long, it's like, oh, I'm having a headache. I think something might be out of place on my neck. And they're like, okay. And they look specifically for those areas that I say. And sure enough, usually I have something massively wrong with my back. Like a couple weeks ago, I had massive headaches and where medicine wasn't even relieving them. And when I went in to get adjusted, she said my spine wasn't straight like this. One part of my spine that's like the lower shoulder area was off this way and the top shoulder area was this way. So I was like truly curved in the spine, not the true curve. This was like, you're looking at me at the back and curved like that, not the, you know, side view of the spine that is curvy because it's supposed to be like that. But on the front view, it should be like the back view. It should be straight like this. And I was all, what craziness. So as soon as she did that, my headaches were gone. So that was a good thing. So last month I had taxes at a negative $15.09, but the account, I didn't pull anything out of the account to negative it. So I'm just going to get it back to zero. I did pay taxes last month. So I think I might have done them a month early because I think last year I did them in April. So I didn't have enough money saved up to do the taxes, but I'm like $15. I'm just going to write off $15 out of my one account and just be done with it. But that's one thing that I save up for because it can get pricey to, you know, do your taxes if you have to go to a CPA or any of that type of stuff, which eventually I might have to start doing that. Especially if business stuff starts picking up, because I'm kind of getting tired of trusting TurboTax to do my taxes at the moment. So that's how much I have in my sinking funds. One thing I have been thinking, so I have savings up here, and I've been thinking because the money market doesn't get barely any interest. Like last month, off of the $559.78 that were in there, it only got 38 cents in interest. So I've been thinking about just closing the account, moving the money to my high yield savings account. And because that one definitely it has a lot of, it gets a lot of interest because it's a high yield savings account. And then all of these are separate savings accounts that are just regular savings accounts and get a higher than my emergency fund interest rate on a monthly basis, but not near as much as high yield savings accounts. And I've been debating on moving that up there. My only concern is that when I have it all in as a big old lump sum, I'm kind of concerned that I won't keep up the breakdown. But I'd like to get more interest, you know, to add to my savings for the future. So that's where I'm kind of like, I keep debating on what I'm going to do with that. But I'll get there at some point. I'll make a decision and figure it out how to proceed after that. Okay, so I am putting my transaction log down here. And this is the transaction log for the sinking funds. And we're just gonna line up the lines to the best of our ability. Might be a little crooked, but that's okay. We do not need to be perfect today. Okay, so this is just whenever I need to pull anything out of my sinking funds that I have a transaction log. I will have the expense trackers also to help me figure out what I need to do. But I just keep it kind of small because it's never been massively big except around December when I'm doing a lot of gift stuff. This last month was a bit much, but I was able to combine a lot of, let's go back and look. So I don't have very many brown stickers, which are my sinking fund transfers, but for vacation I just combined all of the places that I ate out as this, and that's almost $200 on eating out, quite a lot. And then when I sent money to my friends for the hotel and for the concert tickets and all of that type of stuff, it was just easier because it had other things combined. So it was just easier just to say, you know, lump it all into one, saying it's all vacation, this is all entertainment type stuff. So when I came to the transaction log, you see down here one like food, hotel, gas, garage, concert tickets, and Stray Kids light stick. It's all the, you know, all the stuff down here grouped into one, but it's, you know, one category type thing. So and one thing I didn't add in, oh yeah, I did. I'm like Amazon subscription. I'm like, one thing I didn't do was Amazon Prime. I've been saving up for yearly Prime subscription for the past year, and this year I decided to go to monthly because I think I'm gonna, at some point when I quit watching Castle and Elementary on Prime TV, I am going to cancel Prime, and so that's why I moved it to monthly, so that way it didn't renew in February. Okay, not much more. We're gonna do business budget next. It is, if I can get to the right screen over here on my computer. I don't know why I always say computer as computer. I think it's the, I do that because of when I was learning German and Korean, that's kind of, Korean it's computer, and computer, I don't know, because they don't really have an ending R sound in Korean, and I think in German it is pronounced computer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I haven't had German since I was in high school, and I've had what is it, paralysis in my, when I had wisdom tooth extraction. I have yet to gain full feeling in one of my lower left lip area. It tingles whenever I touch it, and like when I pinch it, I can feel it, but it tingles. It's getting better, but I had my wisdom teeth extracted in 2008, and nerves can reattach. However, I think my nerves have kind of, if they've reattached, they may have reattached incorrectly. But I do get the feeling like something crawling across my face, the lip area sometimes, and that's when I know that I'm like, oh, we have some nerve activity going on, because that's the feeling that they say you get when your nerves are reattaching, doing the electrical pulses to try to reattach and send messages and stuff like that. The fact that I went from total numbness to partial, that's why I think they call it a partial paralysis or something like that, because I have feeling it's just not completely numb. So editing. Now it's easy to do income because right now I have no business income that is like planned for, because I'm not doing enough, gaining enough on a monthly basis to know, to even like plan that. So I just kind of, but I want to keep track of it. So that's why I put it up there, because I do get stuff. This month should be one of the months that they might send me rebates. I may get some Etsy. I don't know. I have posted some coloring books on my KDP, which is Kindle Digital Publishing, but they're actual physical books that are being sold on Amazon. Some coloring books. I need to post a couple more coloring books. I didn't get a chance to do them last week, but I have a bunch that I designed. I just need to upload them and do everything for them. But I'm just, you know, most of the stuff that I'm doing is more of a creative outlet, because I do problem solving and data entry on my normal job. So I have degrees in journalism, communication, and all of that type of stuff. So I have to have a creative outlet. And when I don't have them, what's the word? Now my background is in news writing and not in radio, TV. So I say a lot. In my videos. I know in a past video I did that, and someone made a comment going, if you have these degrees, why do you? Well, it's because mine was news writing. I was behind the scenes. I was not in front of a camera. I started doing this stuff after all of that because I wanted to document my journeys, my travel, not really travels, but my journey through life as I was trying to pay off debt and all of that type of stuff. But a lot of this stuff is creative outlet type stuff. So if I get money from them, great. If not, I'm okay with it. But because I'm, you know, being creative on creating things like that. So I'd like to make money. I'd like to make extra money to pay off debt and to put into savings and to bring you guys some more stuff as well. But if I can't get there, we're okay. But I, again, can't write and think at the same time, write and talk at the same time. But I am just happy to be able to be creative. I do know that about myself. So I do know that I like some type of creative outlet, even if it's doing crochet or something like that. That is not digital creativity type stuff, because my brain just needs to, I forgot to change the color of the lines on this. Whoops. They should be blue, not black. Oh. Oh. Oh, that is going to bother me, but oh well. We do not have to be perfect. I say to myself, we do not have to be perfect. So all of this is going to be 0 because I never expect anything yet. actually, this one is going to be $27 because I do have a new subscription that I might end up putting over into fixed expenses for another month, maybe. Okay, and $37.51. So I have a editing website, and I have a company that does the security check for malware and all of that, and the monthly fee for them to run the scans and do all of that type of stuff. So and my website has been hacked in the past, and that's when I first started using them, so they could rebuild my site as best as they could, and then I had to go and fix it once they did that, like fix the links and stuff like that weren't populating correctly. And then since I've been using them, they've documented one attack a couple years ago where someone was trying to do some stuff. So it's like, well, I'm glad I have you guys there to block the attack. Okay. Sorry about that. Some of my batteries are longer lasting and some of them are not. And this one obviously was not the longer camera battery. So we ran out of battery. Again, it's a very long video, and I hope that you've stuck around for the video and everything. So I created this transaction log. Basically, when I'm doing my weekly check-ins, I come in here and put down the expenses that show up over here in by date, order, the store, what category they go into, because sometimes it's like if I go to Walmart, I may have groceries, pet supplies, household, personal, medicine, that type of stuff. So I want to break it down into categories and have it here in date order, so that way it's easy for me to find a little bit, even though it's going to show up here. This is just for me and for filming reasons to have it here. And last month we actually, I may have to add in a sticker sheet to my thing, but here it is right here. And then it went on to a couple more pages, so I just kind of ran with it. But page flipping yet again, because I forgot to put something down, which I didn't really use last month, because I did put stuff to savings, but I didn't actually notate what went to savings, because yeah. So sometimes, since I'm trying to pay off debt, I'm trying to not put a lot to savings. I'm more trying to pay off my debts, because $7,800 is a lot. For some, that's not a lot, but for me, it's a lot. And because I want it to be zero or as close to zero as possible. So that is my goal, is to get to that point. But here are the sticker sheets. The only one that I have left is this week 5 for the weekly check-in, since we do not have 5 weeks. But I don't want to change the layout of my stickers every month when I don't have a 5th week. So this is it for this month. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you enjoyed a little bit of a talking video, because I feel like I haven't been able to talk to you guys and, you know, share things with, I mean, I've been sharing things with you, but it just, I'm trying to look past what happened last year. It's very difficult because a lot happened last year, and I'm trying to move forward and just trying to better myself from the present day to the future. So it's like trying not to look at the past, but brain and my personality is one of those that I dwell on things in the past. So, and sometimes those things that I dwell on are not the best, but I am trying to focus on the present and the future and not on specific things in the past. Like those were learning things to learn from that happened, and I've grown so much in everything that has caused me a lot of the issues through my childhood and adult life and all of that. So that's what I should focus on, and not on the things that I have no control over that happened in the past. So it's hard though. It's very hard. So I'm trying to work on the present and everything. So let's move on, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I am hoping to be, well, I'm not hoping, I will be back on Sunday with a cleaning video where I was able to get around to cleaning the entire house and getting prepared for this week, which is month end close at work, and very thankful to have a clean house to start the week off with. Kitchen still needs a little bit of work because I didn't quite finish it, but hey, whatever. We got as much as we could get cleaned throughout the week, and I'll be back. I'm hoping to start doing the check-ins and doing all of that, getting back into a schedule and all of that type of stuff. So I will look forward to seeing you guys either on Sunday or in my next budgeting video. If you are not subscribed already, please make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that way you are notified whenever I do post a new video. And I hope that you guys will check back in on any of my past videos or things like that, because I've been doing some home renovations throughout the years as a new homeowner and all of that type of stuff. So I will check back with you guys next time. Bye everybody, have a wonderful weekend.